Yeah, I think that's about. Um, Carolyn, will you date a woman who has vendors? Or the boundary? What do you think about um, would it depend? Would it any of this other? It's hard. Right? Certainly, absolutely. I would love that. If the answer is no, or if the answer is depend, this is really important for male Indians, whoever you're dating, regardless of age. If you are going to, in your own life, I'm not saying there's anything virtuous about it, that's not what I'm saying. Sure, I am saying this way in your life. You are acting as an agent of social. You are discriminating. I'm not saying people don't discriminate. Like all different kinds of mechanisms of discrimination, right? We discriminate all different kinds of ways. And good behavior, bad behavior is a discrimination, right? We need to discriminate in some ways in order to be able to function as a being. But do keep in mind that by writing off a whole subpopulation, you are acting as an agent of social control. You tend not to think about stuff. Not an individual choice, freedom, whatever. But if you're mobilizing the preferences in a systematic way, discriminate people against people who have felony records, that is, you're acting as an agent of social. Worse, you're acting as an agent of social. That is one man or woman who is going to be is going to have a further difficult time because now you are removed. This is a great tactic. I'm not going to do anything virtuous about it. I'm not saying that. To be clear, I'm in the same boat. It would probably be like I got to know more about this, right? Hard one sometimes, but like I would really want to know that screening process. I'm getting old to this screening process. Like more forward process. Yeah, no, guys. I've never been in business like that. But anyway, if you have that kind of mentality, you're acting as an agent of the purpose. And it might be right sometimes quickly. Nobody has studied this, by the way. As far as I know, nobody has say like college students, whether they would or wouldn't take later. No one has found the perfect change in the site. It's something you want to study with me, we'll get some funding. Present it to the audience if we can have. This is understudied here, but it is a potential thing, being punishment and the final thing that I want to mention here concerns other kinds of barriers that are kind of symbolic as much as anything. There are certain types of public assistance benefits that you are ineligible to get, or at least have a more difficult time getting if you have a criminal history. They can include things like food stamps, TANF benefits, etc. You don't have AAPC anymore, you have TANF, and there are certain restrictions with regard to how TANF benefits work if you have a criminal history, especially at release for a drug offense. So they're very fair. And then we also have not just employers who are screening applicants for criminal history, we also have applicants who are doing it all the time. So when you have landlords, I used to rent, thank God I don't rent it, But when I did that, criminal history question was always, and if you're a renter, probably going to want, especially if you're not in like an apartment complex. You're like, it's your own house that you own. You're like a real estate agent. So you want to protect your investment. And one way that's rational to protect to know as much as you can about you may want to know. If you do that though, you are again something as an agent of social control. You are preventing a person from reintegrating successfully, better or worse. So we can talk in these sort of abstract generalities, I think, about like, oh, we need to do this, we do this, we can be more supportive of like individual offenders who are trying to make better lives for themselves, related, etc. Then you comes down to grass roots. And then you have people like, yes, we're being like, yes, we're registered, etc. You know, all of a sudden, like, not really sure. Like, that's the issue, right? That's the question. You're talking about individual people who are acting as agents of social control on their own. On their own, they're making decisions that effectively discriminate. They place those structural barriers, not like the system that does it. You and me who do it. Okay? You and me who do it. It's the barrier. It's not there by the system. It's there because we keep looking there. Because we use them. I'm not saying there's anything like virtuous about renting to someone with a felony record necessarily. I'm saying that if that's something that gives you pause, you're pretending that you own a property, then indeed that's part of the question. That's part of the link between imprisonment and recidivism. There also are key symbolic barriers between felony conviction that associated with felony conviction that might be. In many places, you can't vote. Now, voting is kind of weird. It's not like you need to vote in order to survive. Maybe the argument goes you need to vote in order to have your voice heard just the policy benefit you. So if you have systematic groups of people who don't vote, then their interests aren't reflected in law. Like maybe you could make that argument. But in general, most states disenfranchise at least some people with voting. Most states disenfranchise people, or at least some like I live in Florida, for 6 years now. And it was in my second to last year, I was in what happened was punitive disenfranchisement policy. And it was like forever, clean felony. You could not vote. And they changed it such that it's a little more complicated. Like it's only if it's a violent felony where you are, and there's sort of mechanisms to be established voting rights. Or at least some. Only Maine and Vermont, still to this day, are the only states that have no barriers to voting. This is important because it changes election outcomes. If we're making sort of guesses, educated guesses, and Stancy is just a model about what would have people, we probably would have senators, and or probably would be Bush. It's also possible JFK might have called. A little bit less sure about that. It's important for elections. If incarcerated people, formerly incarcerated people, are unable to vote, it has implications for election outcomes. And it varies by community, certainly, because you have incarceration rates that are not, say, socioeconomically neutral, they're not race neutral, not gender neutral, etc. So you have systematic of the population who are unable to vote and not their laws. So then it's highly small. Same barrier that's symbolic. So the question maybe is a straight back question. What do you think about it? Should we allow people who have felony records to vote? If not, should there be a mechanism to get those voting rights back? And if so, what's the rule? Really good question. If you don't think so, maybe it goes through. So link it between carbon. All right, that's it for today.